It's been almost a year since Buffalo police officer Craig Lehner died during a training exercise in the Niagara River. Now the state is recommending some changes for the department's dive team. The state has wrapped up its investigation into Lehner's death, and News 4's Shannon Smith breaks down the report and what changes BPD says it is making. Shannon?
Erica, the state found 5 violations by the Buffalo Police Department, but BPD says during the state's research, investigators found there weren't clear standards for police dive teams. As the Buffalo Police Department and community prepares to honor Officer Craig Lehner nearly a year after his death, it's taken that much time for the Public Employee and Health Bureau of the New York State Division of Safety and Health to investigate.
When PESH came in and initially met with us, and it did take almost a year for them to issue their report, it was because there wasn't really clear standards. Officer
Lehner drowned during a training exercise in the Niagara River last October. According to underwater video, his tether got caught on a boulder. Captain Jeff Ronaldo released the state's report Saturday.
PESH made it clear this body of water, and we said it from day one, is unique to Buffalo, New York. They couldn't find these conditions replicated anywhere.
According to the state, all of Officer Lehner's equipment was working properly, and the report finds that he tried to cut himself free from his safety harness. But PESH found 5 violations by BPD. The state says the divers didn't have an extra air tank while diving that day, that BPD didn't make sure all divers had training or experience in emergency procedures, and that BPD didn't regularly record certain information in dive logs.
It is not an omission of guilt. I can't get into where liability rests because there is pending litigation, but with any of our specialized squads, we are always looking at newer equipment, training, the best that we can provide.
Ronaldo says the department hasn't been fined.
We had an outside company come in, and every single team member who was available was put through a swift water rescue training. It was a 2 or 3 day course held locally.
He says many of these issues have been addressed prior to the state's report.
And that is what a lot of our policies and procedures going forward will address, how best we can rectify, or I should say copy those conditions, but not in the river.
Captain Ronaldo says the dive team hasn't trained in the Niagara River since Lehner's death. The state is giving BPD up to 60 days to fix these issues, but Ronaldo says they plan to send their proposed changes to the state as early as next week. Shannon Smith, News 4.